Good evening, everybody. Welcome to a special Saturday night episode of Mental Health Matters. I'm your host, John, and I have my beautiful co-host with me, Bodyillusion, tonight. How are you?
Comedy relief.
Comedy relief, indeed. So tonight I wanted to keep it a little bit light, which is why Bodyillusion is here, of course. And I just wanted to have a conversation with the chat and with you and just kind of keep it light. It's been a rough couple of weeks from a lot of us, and I just think it's time to blow off some steam and hear from the crowd and just have a little bit of fun. So tonight we're going to talk about gratitude, finding gratitude in trying times. When it feels like the world around us is burning down, how do we keep ourselves on an even keel? How do we keep our smiles and how do we stay happy? And so Bodyillusion and I are going to talk a little bit about that. We welcome any and all comments in the chat. And also, if you want to leave a comment at the end of the live down below, it'll help the algorithm out. And without further ado, let's get started. So how are you tonight, Jerry?
I'm doing very well. I'm a little nervous because as we have spoke, this is the first time I'm going to be speaking to you, John.
And I find that impossible to believe. Yeah, you are one of my favorite people on YouTube. I absolutely love watching you. And like I was saying before we started, one of the things that I love most about you is that no matter how bad a mood I'm in, all I have to do is pop into one of your chats for a little while, and I feel so much better when I leave. And that's a testament to your spirit, dear. And I want to know, what is your secret? When the world is burning down around us, how do you maintain that youthful happiness?
A lot of meds. No.
A lot of meds.
No, it's hard. It's hard. It's hard for me, just like anybody else.
Sure.
But I've been called Pollyanna more than once.
There are worse things.
And I take that as a compliment.
You should.
Because it's hard to look at the positive when so much black clouds and negative are coming at you.
Absolutely.
But you have to. I have to. Or I can't make another step forward, if that makes sense. Yeah. And
you can
I'll
get paralyzed.
Tell you my little secret. It's this community.
Yeah.
It's this community that really did it for me. It's not me. It's not. I am giving back what they have given to me, if that makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah. It absolutely makes sense. These people have literally saved my life. They really have.
Yeah.
And I am so grateful to all of them. Before we go any further, dear, I need to put this up. We love Arkila so much. And we know she hasn't been able to be around as much as she wants to be. And I'm so grateful that she is here and watching us. And that message is for you, Jerry. She doesn't want you to be nervous. So everybody, big hellos to Keela. We love you so much, Key.
Can we divulge any of Keela's issues, or
To be honest with you, I don't
overall?
have. Those of you who don't know, Keela was back in the hospital again,
Okay.
and she's dealing with a lot right now. I don't want to get into specifics because we're gonna have a conversation with her after this live,
Okay.
and that way I'll get her, thumbs up or thumbs down as to what she wants out there, and
Right.
we're
Because
gonna respect
some business.
we're gonna respect her privacy during this time because we know she's having a tough time. So we love you, Keela, and we're sending you lots of love and light and healing vibes, and yeah, she loves everybody. We love you too. All right. Let's do real quick. I just want to pop through the chat because I see a lot of people have come in tonight.
Isn't that nice?
Everybody's looking forward to seeing you, dear.
It's not me.
It's not me either.
They need community.
Maybe they just don't have anything better to do on a Saturday night.
Poor people. If this is where you come to.
So first of all, I just want to say thank you to all the mods for being here. Aria, who probably has better places that she could be, but she's choosing to be here with us, and I appreciate that very much. Mish is here. Thank you, Mish. Let's see. Kaleidoscope of Happiness, another of our dear friends, is here.
Go. Hi, honey.
Who else do we have? Darcy's is here. Welcome, Darcy's. Mare is here. Welcome, Mare. Who else do we got? Stacia Flonase, our dear friend, is here. Incarnasol, hello.
Hi, Incarnasol.
Barbie, another one of our great mods, is here. Mare wanted to let it be known that her and her family had dinner early tonight so she could join us. So thank you, Mare, for that. I
feel very honored.
I always feel very
disappointed, Johnny.
I always feel honored.
Dinner doesn't come back up after this.
When people change their schedules around for us, I feel very honored indeed.
Right?
Just as I am is here. Welcome, Violet L. Good to see you on a Saturday evening. Let's see. Seventh Son is here. Hello, sir.
Hi,
Nicole Luongo is here. Oh, Nicole.
Oh, Nicole, yes.
She's having some sciatica pain. Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, ouch.
That's not good.
Positive vibes your way, honey.
Yes. Hope you feel better, dear. Let's see. Who else do we have? Of course, we have Keela. Brian Lucas is here. Hello, sir.
Good evening.
Long time no see. Who else? Anybody else? I just want to make sure I'm not missing anybody. Barbie, Carousel, Stacia. Oh, I think I'm caught up. I think I got everybody. Okay, so
Hi, Ned.
I want to make this a little. There's Ben.
Okay, go ahead.
There's Ben.
We're gonna start talking crap about him now since I've got you on my side. I got my co-signer with you.
He says, "Hola." Where did it go? Oh crap! What did I do? He says, "Hola, Bod," and that other guy. Oh, I love that guy.
And Ben, I was ready for you.
I love you too, Ben. My other's keeper is here. Good evening and welcome. Good to see you, Kim. I will be, for those of you who don't know, hopefully I'm not talking out of school here, but I will be doing a show on Thursday with our dear Kim. I'm looking very forward to it because she's another one I haven't done a show with yet. So looking very forward to that.
Oh, okay.
And yeah, there's a couple of people on my list. You were at the top, but there are a couple that I have not done shows with.
Sounds like desperation.
Well, I don't know about desperation. Come on. I have I had a list of 3 people that I haven't. Oh, Kim says there's no school to talk out of. Okay. All right. So the list was you at the top, Kim, and then our dear friend, our new dear friend, my new dear friend, who I haven't known very long.
Thank you.
And that is, oh God, I'm blanking here. This is embarrassing. I'm
Don't be
trying to
embarrassed.
remember.
With
No, I'm
me.
trying to remember the name of the channel. Kaleidoscope of Happiness. I'm sorry.
Oh, Echo.
Echo.
Yes.
Yeah. So Echo was third on my list. So we're taking you off the list tonight. We're taking Kim off on Thursday, and hopefully we'll get Echo. We can do something with her as well at some point.
She's such a
and
sweet.
then my bucket list will be complete. Oh boy. All right. So chat, I'm going to leave this one to you guys because I'm curious. I can, while I'm telling you a little bit about how I do it, and we've already heard a little bit from Bodyillusion about how she does it. I am really interested to know from you,
Hi, Tiff.
how do you maintain a positive mental outlook in the face of all that has been happening in the past few months? I mean, we've got forest fires in Canada. We've got forest fires in California. We had fires in New Jersey, violence everywhere, shootings almost 2 a day at this point. I can't turn on the television without hearing about something somewhere. It's just, it's too much. It's sensory overload. It really, really is.
If you want
You
to
need to
drop me,
jump off? Okay.
if you want to drop me, please. Thank you.
All right. Okay. Sorry about that. So, Bodyillusion was expecting a phone call, so she will be back with us shortly. So, as I was saying, in the face of just what seems like terrible news on a daily basis, how do you, from a mental health standpoint, how do you keep a positive mental outlook? How do you keep yourself from falling apart when it feels like the world is falling apart? I can tell you, and while you guys are thinking about it and leaving your comments, I'll tell you what I've been able to do. So, compartmentalizing is important. I don't work in the medical field, but that is something that, medical people are trained to do, is to compartmentalize your job from your life. And I actually find that the opposite is true for me. Um, I am in a people-centric occupation. I work in human resources. So I am around people on a daily basis. And I find that I wouldn't say burying myself in my work, but I would say that embracing humanity and appreciating the people who I work with, and just always trying to keep positive as far as no matter how bad things get in my life, I know that they could always be worse. I know that there are people out there who have it far worse than I do. And that sometimes is enough. But yeah, surrounding yourself with friends, family, people who love you, and people who you love, and people who keep you centered and grounded. To me, that's what works for me. Um, Trying to brush the negativity away, which, is kind of ironic when we're talking on a YouTube space, and we all know how toxic and awful YouTube can be, or just social media in general. But I think that we have built a hell of a community here. I really do, of like-minded people, people who care about each other, who care about this community. And I don't think you can put a price on that. I really don't. And I think that in times like these, when things seem bleak and, it seems like we'll never see the sun again, we find that peace and that love and that harmony within ourselves, within our community. And I notice on a daily basis, whether it be in the Facebook group or whether it be here on the channel, or, just people who Facebook Messenger each other. I mean, we have a real community here. And I think that we all go out of our way to protect each other. And when one of us is down, the rest of us scoop in to lift that person up. And it's tough to put a price on that. It really is. I'm so thankful for this community. Keela is so thankful for this community. She will tell you that she couldn't go on if it wasn't for this community. I know she likes to say a lot that she would still be on if she was streaming to one person. If that one person was listening, then it's worth it for her. And I feel the same way. But I also feel like we are all surrounded by friendship and love and hope. And I think that's what lifts us up sometimes. When one of us is down, the rest of us pick that person up. And from Keela, from me, from Misha, from all the mods, from everyone who is a part of this channel and this Facebook group and this community in general, I can't thank you enough. And so you're the reason we do what we do. So I'm kind of looking forward to seeing some of your comments. And let's see if anybody's got anything good. So Barbie says, I give gratitude for the country I live in, the food on my plate, my family, and other blessings. I limit my exposure to negative news. I have to focus on the positive, or negativity will overwhelm me. That is very well spoken, dear. And as one of your friends, I know, and I'm not going to out you, obviously, because that's not something we do, but I know that you have had struggles, you know, and I have had physical struggles. I have had, you know, relationship struggles. I've had a lot of things that haven't been, you know, exactly great lately, but we find a way. And it's through the friendship of people like you, Barbie, that I'm able to do that personally. But yeah, I thank my lucky stars every day that I have people like you in my life. Nicole says, I feel like I'm at the end of my rope, but B and I have become friends. She cares, and vice versa. Yes, B is one of our mods, and she is one of the most loving and caring people I know. And it's funny because you'll hear me say that about a handful of people. But it's true. It really is. And it's the friendships that we have forged in this community that have given me hope in humanity and let me know that as bad as things get, I can't let it get me down because there are people who count on me. And, you know, I count on them too. So we lift each other up. You know, I know it sounds cliche, but let's see here. Arya says, I haven't been in too many chats, not doing that great. Been barely in any live chats and dealing with a lot right now. Yes, you have, dear. And I am very thankful, and Keela is very thankful to have you. Yeah. Only because of you, Keela. I do what I do because I care an awful lot about this channel, you, this group of people. Yeah. Let's see here. Steve says, one negative comment can erase 10 positive comments. You know, that's a really good point, Steve. And I'm glad you brought that up because I have had that conversation with several people in the last few months. And I have heard numerous creators, both large and small, say the very same thing. I was watching, I don't know about you guys, but I don't even know why I have television anymore because I spend more time on YouTube than I do anywhere else. And I watch a lot of very large creators. And it's jarring to me when I hear a creator who has 2 million followers say that they stopped reading the comments because they would go through comments and they'd read 100 of them and 97 of them would be positive. and there'd be 3 just negative, just shitty for the sake of shitty comments. And that would literally wipe out every kind word that they had read in those other 97. And, I had to stop and think about that for a second. And I thought, we're all like that, whether you have 2 million subscribers or 2 subscribers, we all feel that way. And it's like, I wonder if people really realize when they leave those negative comments, what a profound effect it has on a person, and how it can just completely wipe out whatever nice things have been said about you. It really shakes me to my core to hear that that's not only something that, large or small creators go through. Because I can see if you're a small creator, you might only have 10 comments on a video and one of them is shitty, then you're like, that can ruin your whole day. But yeah, it's just, I just don't understand the sense in that. I really don't. Mish says, B is one of my most favoritist people in the world. So happy to see you two have connected, Nicole. Yeah. B has been a welcome addition to this community. She really has. She is a kind soul, and I've gotten to know her pretty well over the last few months. And yeah. But you also have to understand that there are so many of you like that in this community, and that's what makes this community. It really is. I can't say it enough, and I know I sound like a broken record sometimes, but I think Mish says it best. What a grouping of people Keela McDonald has gathered together here. Grateful. You and I both. I can't say enough good things about the kind souls that we've met along the way. Oh, hi, Tiff. I didn't see you. You are also amazing. I adore everyone in this chat. And you're another one. And here's another one who has given us the crystal hug. And I tell you what, I do that at least once a day. I think of you every time I do it, and it makes me feel better. It really does. No matter how down I feel, it makes me feel better. So thank you so much for that. Oh, thank you, Nicole. I love you too. And I want this to turn into a cry fest now. Mayor says, John, I'm finding so much joy in being able to do my best to support folks in MHM. And Mayor, from the bottom of my heart, says, I am so thankful for you. You are a wonderful addition to this community, and I don't know what we would do without you. Uh-oh, B's making it rain. Kleenex for our John. Love you, Keela. Bodyillusion mods chat. You matter. Hashtag better together. Yeah. That should be our mantra. I see that a lot. I really do. Well, I've been waiting to hear something from Ben Bacon Bits, some little piece of philosophy that he can drop on us as to how he always is in a good mood, even when I know that he's not. I mean, he's had some physical issues of his own. And, no matter what time of the day or night I talk to the man, he always has a smile. Even when he's complaining about something, he's smiling while he's doing it. So he's another one of those that we love having around. All right, here's another one. Mish says, same. By the way, people bullying and on videos that were to uplift my friends. I've tried so hard to just ignore them, but God, it builds up. Well, Mish, if you ever want to talk about that, let me know, because I'm not sure specifically what you're talking about, but I know it has been an issue from time to time. Yeah, Aria basically says the same thing. One comment can destroy someone after all the good comments, and it's just so sad. It really is. And John's gonna. Oh, okay. You know me so well. Oh, brother. And thank you for the super chat, B, by the way. I know that Keela appreciates it. And as you guys know, Keela's not about the money. She's not about, grifting or sad fishing or any of that stuff. She's already got her tanning pool in the backyard. She's good. All the money that is super chatted and given to this channel goes right back into the channel. Because any of you, I know we have several creators in the chat right now. All of you creators know how expensive StreamYard is. I mean, my God, I'm paying $80 some a month for it now, you know, and I'm not even officially a creator yet. I'm just a guest host from here and there. But yeah, all the programs and stuff that you need to be good at this creator thing, they're very expensive. Very expensive. So that money just goes right back into the channel. So you know that we're not buying Maseratis or anything. Read my super chat. I bought you Kleenex. All right, here we go. From the Silver Fox himself. My friends who know me generally give me positive. People I don't know generally do as well. Those who leave the nasty ones typically don't know the first thing about me. That's true. And I guess you have a more positive outlook on it, Ben, than maybe some of the rest of us do. You let those things just roll off you. And it's tough. I mean, like I said, even for huge creators that have been doing it for a decade or more, say the same thing. So it can't be coincidence. There's got to be something to it. And because this is a mental health channel, I'm really hoping that we can come to some kind of solution that puts yet another tool in our toolbox, as Kilo would say. And yeah, it's all about growing, learning and growing, right? Barbie says, it might be by chance that we found this channel that brought us all together, but it's by choice that we stayed and cared about each other. Yes, it truly is. Okay, Ben, I can see that you have some people harassing you in the chat. B says, I love disco. Bodyillusion and I were talking about the B-52's Love Shack before we came on. Bodyillusion made a comment before we went live. She said something that really freaked me out. She said she was talking to somebody, another creator, the other day, and the topic came up of me, and they were talking about how no one had ever heard me sing before, and I'm going to bring her on to defend her.
That's a setup. That was a setup.
Yeah, that was a setup. So, all right.
I won't drop any names, but I'm sure they're here in the chat.
Yeah, I have a feeling. All right. All right. So Nicole says, for me, there's nothing worse than being alone 24/7 than being alone 24/7 and in pain. Oh, sweetie. I'm sorry. I wish I had a magic pill for you.
I'm sorry. People were talking about the one comment that kills the 10.
Yeah.
You know, the 10 positive. But it's also the other way around. One bad comment, it takes like the statistics prove, and you know, statistics can prove anything. Statistics proves it takes 13 positive comments to repair that one bad one. You know?
Yeah, I believe that. I wholeheartedly believe that. Like I was telling everybody,
because it hurts so deeply. You know what I mean?
And I don't know if you heard what I was saying earlier, but I was talking about, I watch a lot of YouTube and I watch some really big content creators. I mean, people that have millions of subs, and they say the same thing. Some of them say they don't read comments anymore because they'll read 100 comments and 97 of them will be beautiful. And it's those 3 that just stick with them. They'll say, I'll walk away from my computer and go about my day, and those 3 comments will just stay in my head all day long.
That's the one. That's the ones that drive the ants going, you know, and just keep stirring around.
Yeah.
Yeah. Absolutely. I'm not going to throw you under the bus, but I'll throw you under the bus. I've been sitting here for about 5 minutes.
I'm sorry. I just happened to.
I've been reading in the chat, and I went, "Oh, he's on a roll." Okay.
Yeah, I was reading the comments in the chat, and I happened to just in my periphery see you sitting there, and I was like, "Oh shit, how long has she been there?" I don't want her to think I'm just leaving her there.
You're on a roll, honey.
Yeah. Nicole, you're buying purple suits. Correction, Nicole, we bought purple suits. I have mine. It's collecting dust now. I'm waiting for our darling Keela to come back so we can do Purple Suits Part 2 because the first one was such a big hit. All right, here's a pearl of wisdom from our dear Mrs. McDonald. Comment: I didn't mean to hurt your feelings. Me, you don't owe me enough to hurt my feelings. You don't know. I think she meant you don't know me enough to hurt my feelings. Just heard that on a movie just now. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
That's why she's the boss. Let's see. Ben says, I didn't start out that way. It's taken me a long time. Again, my friend and mentor, Chase Hughes, even has problems with negative comments bringing me down. Yeah. Yeah, it's true.
I like Chase. And he has his own issues with his mental capacity and things like that.
Look at Ben's comment.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we're ready, Ben? Come on up here. We'll do a threesome.
So,
I got the time.
Yep. The Misha says, we never know just where another human might be from one moment to the next. The lack of humans being humans, that is what hurts the most. I used to be the most positive person, but like I said, it does. Yeah, I know, Mish. I've seen that too. And it's so... I
wasn't always positive. I was always, looking at the negative and the what do you want from me and why are you talking to me and those kind of things.
So let me ask you this. Do you know what the turning point was? Where you just told yourself that, you know what, I'm not going to accept this from now on. I'm going to be positive despite everything. Was there a moment for you?
It was a moment in my head where I went, I'm not liking the life and the person I am. I'm not, that's not, when I look in the mirror, it doesn't make me happy being that negative and that. So, and then I started to try, and it took a long time, to look at half full instead of half empty. And it takes a lot. It takes a lot and it takes time because, old habits are hard to break.
Oh, heck yeah, they are. I was talking to Bea the other day and I was telling her that there's this new independent artist out there. I'm sure a lot of you have heard of him. His name is Ren, and he's from England. Okay. And he's a young man in his 30s who has struggled with Lyme disease. He's had, all kinds of health issues. And he manages somehow to stay so positive in his music. And but he talks a lot about the pain, and he talks a lot about how hard it was. Because he went undiagnosed for a really, really long time. And that was really rough for him. And there's a line in one of his songs, and it really stuck with me because it speaks volumes to what you and I are talking about right now. And he says, my glass isn't half full. I'm filling up the whole bucket. And I was like, wow, okay.
I like that.
I love that too. And I play it over and over again because it's so inspirational. Because in the song, he's just talking about how debilitating, these issues were before he found out what he had. And before he started getting like stem cells treatments, and it's making him better now. But he sings a lot about, when he was at his absolute lowest. And it's so inspirational for somebody to be through that, to go through such hell and still find positivity on the other side. I love that so much.
And to go back there and relive that and write songs and talk about it.
Yeah. And
a lot of people I don't want to go back there because, it may trigger something. So yeah. So that shows the strength in that person.
That's beautiful. Look, we have another content creator here. Hello, Jimena.
Hi,
how are
honey.
you, dear? And I know that Jimena can talk. Jimena can probably talk a little bit to this as well. I mean, as young content creators, early in the beginning, it's like every comment just kind of hits to your core, and she would have shows in the early days where, she would get comments at the end of the live, and it would be like everybody was just loving the content. They were loving the channel, loving the vibe. And then there would
Mhm.
just be that one really horrible comment, or she would notice that, she would do a live, and then the next day she'd have 5 less subs than she had the day before. And it really, really would get to her. And I mean, she's not the only one. I'm not singling her out. A lot of us, and well, I'm saying us. I don't have a channel yet, but those of you who have been at it for a while, I know you've had to have felt the same thing. It's just that, you could get 50 great comments, and then you just get that one that says, why are you doing this? This isn't for you, and whatever. Um, and that can just mess up your whole day. It messes up your whole vibe, and it makes you question, should I be doing this? And it's terrible. It really is,
Yeah.
because we're trying to do is lift people up and create a community of love.
Well,
And it just takes
and
that one trolly comment to just mess up everything.
well, and Yamena does beautiful content, beautiful
Hmm.
content. So I'm sure I don't want to put words in her mouth, but she
Hmm.
should feel very proud at the end of her show because of what she brings to everyone, you know.
Hmm.
So I'm sure it feels good. Okay, I did a, you know, I'm proud of myself, which,
Hmm.
and then you get that comment, and it's like, now you're making me doubt myself, you know, and
Right,
that's sad
exactly.
because Yamena, you do beautiful work. You do beautiful work.
Hmm.
You've the things you bring to the
Hmm.
community is one in a million. You
Yeah.
you do, yes.
Yeah, and I as she's gotten to be more comfortable, and I'm sorry, I mean, I don't mean to be singling you out, but
Yeah, we
um
are.
yet we are. Um
She
Jimena
can
has
take it.
come
She's
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 come a
tough.
long way. I mean, she's gone through a lot of shit in her life, and her channel was meant to be an outlet for positive energy and positive vibes, and to bring like-minded people together. And once she okay, wait a second. Let's just read what she has to say. I don't pay attention anymore. My circle is now very small, and I only pay attention to what matters, but it does take a toll on you. And it was so hard in the beginning to see her go through that,
Yeah,
because all she was trying to do was to spread some love and light. And no matter what she did, there would always be that one, and it was never the same person. The person would change from day to day, but the negativity and the comment was always the same.
right.
And no matter how great of a week we had, um, it would just take that one comment. And now she's gotten to a point where,
It hits you in the gut.
it rolls off of her like water off a duck's back. But
That's wonderful.
in those early days, watching her struggle like that, and knowing what she was trying to do, and trying so hard, to be part of that, and to try to push those negative thoughts out of her head, it was really tough. I mean, it was tough for me as a friend to watch it. And I have to be perfectly honest with you, Luce. That's the biggest reason why I still haven't gotten my channel going.
Yeah.
I'm just
But it also
scared.
shows the strength that Yamena has.
Yes, absolutely.
That didn't stop her. She kept moving. She kept moving forward. She kept,
Absolutely.
yes. And
Absolutely.
that shows strength in that beautiful person.
And I've talked to several people about this in the last few weeks, and it was like, why would I want to subject myself to that again? It took months for me to find my peace again, after the attacks, and just the vitriol. And once I finally got to that place, I said to myself, why would I want to throw myself into the fire again? And the more I think about it, the more I think, well, then they've won, right? If that prevents me from doing something that I think could actually help people, and could be an outlet for me to try to contribute to this community rather than just, popping up here and there every once in a while as a guest host, but actually becoming part of this thing, then they've won.
They've shut you
And
down. They've
yeah,
shut you down.
yeah, and
Exactly what they wanted to do.
and so more and more I've been thinking, you know what, that's a really chicken shit way of looking at it. And when I think about people like Kambena, people like Keela, people who walked through fire for me and never gave up on me, what kind of a friend am I to say, well, I don't want to go through any of that, I'm just going to protect my peace. And that's
Right.
just, yeah.
Well, sometimes you have to. Sometimes you have to.
Yes, but I think that ship has sailed now. I think that I'm stronger. I'm surrounded with people who care about me and who I care about deeply. And I think that it's probably about time,
As
that
I said
we,
in the beginning, in this community is, and you, John, are wrapped in the love of this community. So,
I feel it
it's totally different from the environment you were in the past.
Yeah,
which is wonderful.
I feel very loved
for being here.
Yeah.
Rick Spicer, the car man. Hi.
Rick Spicer for Prime Minister. So Ben says, why are you letting someone who doesn't even know you affect you so deeply? It might have been the bystander effect show I did. I worked a lot on learning to protect myself from it. Yeah, you know what, Ben? I learned a lot from that show as well. For those of you who may not have seen it, Ben did a show, oh God, it's been months ago now, right, Ben? I remember that Jimena and I were on the show with him, and we talked about the bystander effect. And it was a fascinating conversation. If one of the mods wants to throw up a link to Ben's channel, go back and watch the show about the bystander effect. I don't think you'll be disappointed. It's fascinating stuff. It really is. I learned so much that night that because I had a basic understanding of it, but he delved really deeply into it, and it was wonderful. It really was. Nicole says, I'll tell you what it is, jealousy. Well, there might be some of that. I've said that before. I've said a lot of trolls, and I've heard other people say it as well. I think that a lot of trolls are failed content creators, people who couldn't do it or couldn't grow enough. Right. And so now they just go from channel to channel trying to beat content creators down to make them feel better, I guess. I don't know. Ben says, know first that because of the communities we have all come from, invites such negativity from those who still follow those communities. Yeah, I was trying not to roll around in the mud with that, Ben, but you do bring up a good point. I mean, a good majority of us come from one or more of those former toxic communities. And as long as there are people in there, there are people that are going to continue to come after us. So,
yeah.
And like Nicole says, there's strength in numbers.
On YouTube. Anybody.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter what their intent is,
Yeah. YouTube does need to do a better job of policing itself. I agree with that. And
then I think, keep talking. I'm gonna have John co-sign again. Just keep talking, honey.
All right. Ben says, also when you see comments like that, just know that what looks like personality from some people is often just their protection. Yeah.
A good point.
Yeah, that is a good point. That's a very good point.
And you're so wise. You are very wise.
Nicole, like Bodyillusion says, often better together. Mare says, John, I am so incredibly grateful to call you my little brother. Oh, thank you, Mare.
You know what, John? Just throwing this out at you. I know when you were starting to do the turtle and bring your head out from, you were on Jimena's channel. I think you would really discover how you've grown from that person to what I'm looking at today. It's amazing the beauty of the person that has become. that has bloomed from
I
that
appreciate
moment.
that. I really appreciate that, dear, because it's for anybody who knew me behind the scenes, that was probably the low point for me.
Yeah.
And it took a lot of love and a lot of gentle pushing from friends, from people who were with me through that and who knew better, who knew that that wasn't who I was, and who loved me in spite of myself. You know, when
Yes.
loved me on those days when I didn't particularly love myself. And I learned so much from the experience, and I did actually grow from it. I can honestly say that now, 8 months
Good.
later, but I couldn't say that then.
It
It
was
made me,
scary.
well, it made
It
me
was,
question everything about myself. It made me
yeah.
think, am I really that person? And I just don't know it. So, but Luce, it introduced me to therapy for the first time in my life. It introduced me to, um, trying to think here. Therapy was the big thing. But then through therapy, I found that um, I needed to just prove to myself that I had the tools that I needed to prevent that from ever happening again. So I went to sensitivity training.
Ooh,
And, that was something that I could do through my employer. And
okay. Oh,
I
nice.
actually took 2 classes in sensitivity training.
Okay.
And what it did was it taught me that the things that were being said about me, I knew weren't true, but it just kind of cemented that in my mind so I could walk away from that and go, okay, now I know that it wasn't me. But I also know that one of the reasons why I ended up in that kind of situation was because I didn't know any better. And it was kind of a herd mentality kind of thing. So
Uh-huh.
everybody else is doing it, so just jump in, and it's
Yeah.
encouraged.
And there's a love bomb little thing in there too, as
Yeah,
well. I'm
exactly.
sure.
Exactly. So it's not even a matter of like
Thank you, Barbie.
jockeying for attention or whatever I was accused of. It was just a matter of well, it's one big party, so when in Rome, right?
Right.
And when you have a content creator actually encouraging that behavior as well, it's hard sometimes to draw the line and say, you know what, no, that's kind of crossing a line.
Yeah.
And so in the end, even though it was such a horrible situation and I was about as low as I could possibly be,
Excuse me.
I found light in the darkness. I really did. And I learned so much about myself as a result of it that I am a better person. I'm a better man for it now. I really am. I can honestly say that. And it took a
That's
long
beautiful.
time. Took a
That's
long
beautiful.
time. Mish says, John, ready to watch your show grow and to hopefully have one of my songs make it on there someday. Absolutely, Mish. Absolutely. Let's see here. And Carnosoul says, for those who are recovering while creating content in recovery space, and those who are empathetic, the blue meanies seem to see a target, which is about the worst. Wow, that is a really good point.
Yeah.
I hadn't even thought of that, but that's a beautiful point.
Yeah.
So they're gonna target us because they see us as weak and they see our community as weak. Well, I know, and I know and I know the rest of this community knows that that is not true. So as long as we stay together and we are a unified front, I don't think there's anything that
Yeah.
can get to us anymore. After what many of us have been through, we're bulletproof at this point. Ben says, going to do a second show on near-death experience next week. Oh, that sounds
Yay.
awesome.
It'd be nice to have you out, Ben. Can we get you to
Yeah.
sing?
Yeah. Luce, you're not going to be happy until you get one of us or both of us to sing, right? Why don't we just kill 2 birds with 1 stone? He and I will come on your show together and we will sing together. How about that?
Right.
But we'll do a duet. But you got to chime in every once in a while to keep us honest, okay?
I don't think Ben will ever go on a show with me again.
I think that Ben could be properly motivated. I do. We'll tell him, Ben, if you do this, We'll never talk about disco ever again.
Oh well, no.
Until the next
One
time.
deal. Until the next
Yeah.
time.
Well, Mish, our resident philosopher, as usual,
Uh-huh.
has something good here. It's hard too, though, because it's often fueled from pain and emotions that have turned to hate. Sadly, we want to help them, but often it's impossible. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's true, Mish.
yeah.
Fear turns to anger, anger turns to hate, and hate turns to suffering. That's just the natural progression of things. And yes, that is a Star Wars reference for all you dorks out there. I
And I
am
think
your
that's where
leader.
my see, I think that's where my negativity came from, was
Hmm.
because me being an addict for so long, once I
Hmm.
became out of the addict mode, I still had
Mentality. Yeah.
that negative that, you know,
Yeah.
everybody's out to get me, I'm wrong, I'm bad. So,
Right.
yeah.
Yeah. So Rick Spicer says, I'm a funny guy. Some people get pretty pissed about it. It's funny to me. Yeah. And that's another thing. I think that oftentimes people want to change us
Yeah,
into something that they want us to be.
yeah,
And I think we get wrapped up in that. And especially in the creator space, it's like, well, you kind of want to do what your community wants you to do because that will get you more views, that will get you more engagement. But at some point, you have to say, you know what? I'm just going to be me. And if
yeah.
people like it, they can stay. And if they don't, there are a million other channels out there. So,
Well,
so
and
to the,
then we're all, especially if we're empaths, and we're all people pleasers. We
yeah,
want to please people.
yes.
So that's a big
Hmm.
that's that's a big
It
one.
is. Well, so, and what Ben says kind of plays into that. It sounds strange, but practicing self love also helps. Yeah. And like you were saying earlier, that whole thing about looking in the mirror, it's a simple thing,
It's
but
so hard.
looking at that person in the mirror can sometimes be really, really hard because there are no filters. There's nobody telling you that, oh, you're great and all that. All you see is who you are and who is staring back at you. And if you don't like that person to begin with, that can be a hard thing to do. It really can.
Yeah.
And to me, that's what therapy is. See, I resisted therapy for decades because I thought that therapy was going to be about um, somebody telling me what I should do with my life.
Okay.
And boy, oh boy, what a shock it was when I finally went in, because that's not at all what therapy is. Not if
Well,
it's a
some
good
therapists are like
therapist.
that. You found a
Well,
good
some of
one.
them, yeah, yeah, yeah. That's why I added the caveat if they're a good one,
Uh-huh.
because I have one, and I swear to God, she's younger than any of my kids. And when I walked into her office for the first time, I thought it was a joke. I thought I was on candid camera or something. I was like, "There's no way this girl looks like she's 12." And once she opened her mouth and started talking, I mean, she spoke with a wisdom I people my age don't even have.
Mhm.
And I was just blown away by her. And the thing that grabbed me the most about her was that she told me right up front, she says, I know this is your first time in therapy, so I feel the need to tell you something. And here it is. I will never tell you what you're supposed to do. All I will do for you is hold up a mirror so that you can look at yourself when you ask that question and then have yourself tell you what the right thing to do is. She
Oh,
goes, all I'm here for is to be a guide.
yeah.
You have to do all the hard things yourself. You have to make all the hard choices yourself. I just give you the tools to do that. And I was and this is the first, my first time ever in therapy. I was
You got
blown
really
away.
lucky.
I
And that's
was
beautiful.
blown away by that. And yeah, and I mean, that's the journey that I'm on now. Um, and it's wonderful. It really is. Ben
People
says,
are talking about the
John,
school here.
Ben says, John, you've grown a great deal. I remember a few shows you did after that, and you were operating in collapse. Today, you're operating in confidence. Thanks, Ben. I appreciate that.
Great words. Great
I
words. And
was,
like,
I was an absolute wreck. I really was. Joel McCoy. Hello, sir. Good to see you. Haven't seen you in a while. Let's see here. Mary says, my shrink recently told me I'm an empath. I guess I always knew, but I just never thought about it. Yeah, and you know, Mary, that's another thing that has been remarkable about this community, to find out how many of us there are out there. I never knew what it was. I never had a name to put to it until I found this community and we started talking a lot about empathic ability. And I thought, wow, I kind of think I'm an empath. And
Well,
the more
I think that a lot of people that, excuse me, I don't mean to interrupt, but I think a lot of people that are predators, I'm going to use that word predators, love to find empaths. So that's the reason a lot of us empaths are broken, is because predators have found us, if that's a good way to put that. You know what does that make sense?
No, it is. You know, they tend to pick the weak from the herd. Yeah. The most vulnerable.
Yeah.
And I never used to think of myself as vulnerable until I got into a community of people where it was like, my God, I feel your pain as strongly as I feel my own, maybe even stronger sometimes. And it can be very overwhelming, especially when you're having multiple conversations with multiple hurt people at once. I mean, it can feel like the world is just caving in on you. And it's not even anything you're going through. It's just because you're feeling everyone else's pain.
Exactly.
It can be overwhelming. I have a couple of friends who are empaths, and
Keela just said that too. Yes.
Yeah, and they say the same thing. Like Keela says, we can do hard things. They say the same thing. They say, I can't watch the news. I turn the television off. I don't watch the news because the negativity becomes so overwhelming to me, because you feel all of it. I mean, I was watching video footage from the Texas floods and seeing police officers standing in these floodwaters just crying. Police officers, these huge muscle-bound men who walk through fire.
Everything.
Yeah, who walk through fire every day, breaking down. And it was, it just got so overwhelming for me. I couldn't anymore. I just had to step away from it. So,
and then it stays with you. Does it stay with you? It stays with me.
Oh, it absolutely.
I don't. When I turn off the TV, it's still there, and it's still.
It's like a dark shadow or an echo or something that just won't go away. It stays there.
Exactly.
Yeah. Ben says, being a people pleaser isn't the end of the world as long as you are one of the people you try to please. Wow.
Aww.
Now there's some philosophy for your ass. Thank you, Ben. Yeah. Nicole said, which is funny because he and I are both drummers. I tell myself I'm trying. I'm proud of myself every day. And you should be, Nicole. You really should be. You are an inspiration to a lot of people.
Yes, she is. Yes, she is. And she speaks very eloquently.
Yes.
About her situations and things like
that. Did you see the live that she and I did together?
Yes, indeed.
She was an absolute joy. She really was. I wanted to interview her, and the more I thought about it, I thought, no, why don't you come on as a guest host and we'll just have a chat? And that's exactly what we did. And it was so much better than any interview I've ever done. Yeah, because
wait a minute.
What? Well, okay.
That's okay. That's all right.
Well, but I'm not interviewing you. See, you're my co-host. So, this is just too funny. Mish says, nah, that heifer that keeps jumping in front of me every time I take a pic of the mirror, she's not me. Heifer, listen to you. Oh, yep.
That said it all, honey.
Let's see here. Ben says, to be honest, I know that what at Magic of Healing Jimena went through also helped because it illustrated a lot of the problems I also faced. She was a great example of how to get through it. Yeah, she really was. She was inspirational. And you know what, Ben? I really appreciate the comment you made earlier, but I feel like I have to return the favor too, because I know that you were in a pretty bad place a while ago too, because you came from one of those toxic environments too. And I know that you were second guessing yourself a lot, and you were wanting to do shows, but you were second guessing, do I really want to deal with the comments and the bullshit that's going to come at me?
Very
And
cautious. He was very cautious.
yes, he was very cautious. And you know what? He got over it, and he said, to hell with it. I'm going to do me, and haters be damned. And I'm very proud of you for doing that, buddy.
I love me some Ben.
Ben has come a long way. Be forgiving of yourself, so much so others would think we are delusional. Yeah. There you go. There you go. What's the line? The worst revenge is success, right?
Yes.
The best way to make your haters shut up is to just succeed. Just be good at it and not let them get you down. Yep. Mish says, vicarious trauma and compounded trauma, they are vicious. Yep. And Keela said what you were just saying. Narcissists target empaths. Yep, they do. They see easy marks.
They do.
And yes, narcissists often find empaths. It's a destructive dyad. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, because we're trying to please. We're trying to make it happen.
Yeah.
We try to, so we feed into that narcissistic.
Sure. And it makes us smart.
And yeah,
it makes
we
us
forget
smart.
about us.
So Stacia says, it's been so long since I moved away from sabotaging myself. I truly can't remember when that change occurred. I've been through so many changes over the last 6 years alone. Well, that's great, Stacia.
I love that. I love that.
And I think that, this is something that that Keela and I talk a lot about when we're together, is that we are works in progress. We will never be a finished product. We're always trying to improve ourselves, always trying to get better, get stronger, get happier, get whatever. Right. And, the old saying goes, if you're not growing, you're dying. And that's true. It is true. It really is. It's an extreme example of it, but it's true. Tiff says, as soon as I found my strength, I started sharing how other people could feel it too. Yeah.
Oh, and that's lovely.
Well, and that's, I think that's why a lot of us become content creators, because once we find that realization, it's like you found the genie in the bottle.
Right.
And now I want to share it with everybody I know, because I want them to experience this too. And so that's why that negativity can just beat us down. And yeah.
But just be aware, because it can still pop back up. You know what I mean? I don't want to drag it back down, but it can pop back up. And you're like, whoa, I thought I was done with you.
Yeah, exactly. It can creep up on you. So Brian says, yeah, hard lessons learned, very expensive and hard lessons, being able to feel others' pain. Yeah. Yeah. I told Mish not too long ago that I was thinking about writing a book. And because so many of our friends have written books and they've been successful. And I was going to call my book, Please God, I Don't Want to Be an Empath Anymore. And It was just about the struggles of feeling other people's pain and what it does to you. It just guts you, and I'm starting to feel differently about it. Like I said, I'm learning how to compartmentalize it so that it doesn't take over my life.
Okay.
Because I don't want to get to a point where I avoid people because I don't want to feel their pain. You know what I mean?
Right.
The exact opposite is true. I mean, I want to embrace people. I want to help them through their pain. But in order to do that, you have to be able to have a little bit of professional distance, I guess would be the best way to describe it. Because otherwise it'll consume you. It really will. Let's see here. Mir says, I seem to have the ability to avoid the predators, maybe because of my less than stellar childhood. Well, a lot can be said for street smarts, and I think a lot of us possess it. Maybe less. How do I put this? I think that the traumas and the things that happen to you in your life you can either grow from them and learn from them, or you can become a permanent victim to them.
Right.
And I think when you choose to not be a victim, your bullshit meter gets a little bit better, a little more sensitive, so that the next time something like that happens, you can see it from a mile away
Right.
and avoid it, I guess is the best way to put it. Well, if Arya's still here, what do we call it, Arya? We call it the sussometer. When somebody's just a little sus.
You're right.
All right. Mish says, not weak. They see us as weak, but it takes a strong soul to feel the emotions of others. We are strong. Don't forget that. Amen,
Yes.
sister. Amen.
Yeah.
Can I get a witness? Ben says, yes, because when someone is unhealed, seeing those who are healing is an insult. Mm-hmm. That's true. What is this? Positive must attract negative, like gaseous people always get noticed by us that can smell. Oh, Rick, see?
Rick.
I love having you around, Rick. Oh, I do. New England Coast, welcome. I don't recall seeing you before. John, being an empath is not easy. People don't understand. Yeah, they really don't. They really don't. Let's see here.
Yeah, and Ben was the first one to bring that to me. He goes, I think you're an empath just by the way you're talking and acting and stuff. And I went, really?
Yeah.
That word never even entered my vocabulary. And that was way back. Ooh, way back.
I tell you what, you go far enough back, Luce, and Ben has had a role to play in a lot of people's lives. And, you know, he doesn't like to toot his own horn a whole lot, but he has been a really big part of this community since coming here. And I cannot overstate enough his importance to this community. I really can't. He is a really good guy. We give him a lot of shit, but he is a good man.
Well, I met him in another community, and he was very important there as well. Yeah. So the Ben that I have come to know has been, you know, a beautiful person throughout. He's gone through things, but the Ben that he's a gorgeous person.
He really is.
He has a wonderful soul.
So I don't mean to keep picking on Jimena, but she's got good things to say. So this is, she says what I'm thinking. So she says, but it's not all lost when you're an empath. You can learn boundaries, shield yourself from other people's emotions, and we can and deserve healthy relationships. Being an empath is our power, and we don't always look at it that way. And that's what I was just saying. I didn't always look at it that way. I looked at it as a curse, as a punishment that, you know, you have made so many mistakes in your life that your punishment is that you're not only going to feel your own pain, you're going to feel everybody's pain.
Right.
And when I think when I came to the realization that I was looking at it all wrong, then I finally started to embrace it and realize that it doesn't have to be a curse. It can be a blessing.
Well, my family, I mean, probably a lot of people here don't believe this, but a lot of my family are seers. They see things, you know, anyway. So my grandmother would say, no, I don't want to see that. And she would, you know, shut that part down. And so I learned that I can shut things down if I don't want to look at it, or it's getting too heavy, if that makes sense. But yeah, I know a lot of people don't believe in that, but that's okay.
Well, you don't have to. I mean, that's another thing that goes back to being a people pleaser. You know, we spend a lot of time worried about what other people think of us. And when we finally learn to accept ourselves for who we are, you know, and realize, like Jimena said, and realize that it's a strength and not a weakness.
Yeah.
That's when we truly start to come into our own, you know. But
because it is part of us.
It can take a long time to get to that point. It really can. Yeah. Mary says, I don't watch the news, but I do watch a few YouTubers who cover what's going on, but they use humor. Yeah. It's all about your approach to it too. I mean, you
Yeah.
have to find the funny in it. And that's one thing that I think that you and I kind of excel at, is that we kind of find the funny in anything. And that helps. That helps lift the mood. That helps get everybody in that headspace where let's just have a good time. Let's just not let everything pile up, you know?
Well, isn't that what comedians do?
Yeah, absolutely.
They do topics,
Hmm.
but they do it in a comedic way where you can
Yeah,
accept it and
yeah.
not be, if that makes sense.
And you know, so many stand-ups will tell you that 98% of stand-up comedians have had pretty fucked up lives.
Have
And
what?
it's had pretty messed up lives.
Oh
And
yeah. Oh yeah.
it's through that pain that they find the humor.
Oh yeah.
So there's a lot to
I
be
mean,
said for
Richard
that.
Pryor was funny as heck.
Yeah.
Lenny Bruce was funny as heck.
Yeah.
Look at what they went through. Anyway.
Right. So Nicole says it's important to protect ourselves from being intentional about what we read, watch, listen to, who we allow into our lives, etc.
Yes.
Yes, that's true. But there's a fine line between doing that and building walls. And I think that's what I had a tough time with. Determining what is the difference and making boundaries without building walls. It's a tough thing to learn, but we get there. So Barbie says, Samantha, putting up boundaries was a difficult thing to do. Wonderful people like you, Keela, and those in Mental Health Matters, as well as your channel, have helped me to not feel guilty about it. Yeah, 100%. I agree with that. Let's see here. We got any start?
Yes.
Oh, Chaos Forever. Hello. I didn't see you. Did someone say hola? ¿Qué pasa? Thank you for this super sticker. And we already played that one. Thank you, B, for the super chat. New England Coast says, I have a superpower, my faith. Yes. And that is something that I like to talk about too. Mayor says, John, that makes me sad for you. I have discovered that I can channel others' pain while not carrying it. Well, that's the key, Mayor. And that is the skill that I'm slowly discovering, is that that line, you have to have that separation. You can feel a person's pain without carrying it. That's a very, very good way to put it.
And it's very hard to do.
Mm-hmm.
That's a skill.
Yeah.
That's something you have to practice.
Yeah. Nimish says, before I lost Chris, I was better able to maintain my boundary bubbles. But it seems like the last 5 years have just done a number on me, and I lost my balance, learning to crawl again where I find myself. Yeah, I felt the same thing. When I lost my daughter, I felt like my world had come apart at the seams, and it was so hard to do just basic everyday things. Just to get out of bed for a while was a chore. And yeah, it's a slow and tedious process. It really is.
We're not gonna let you go by yourself. We're here for you, honey.
No, and that's the beauty of it. I mean, you don't have to do it alone. And I think that's the whole premise of this channel and this community, is that you don't have to do it alone. It takes a village. It really does. And we are all here for each other. So
#better together.
Absolutely. Kaleidoscope says, kind of like peeling an onion, healing has layers. And like Keela says all the time, healing isn't linear. I mean, if you looked at healing on a graph, it wouldn't be a straight line. It would be a bunch of ups and downs, and that's okay, because that's not, well, see, Mish, healing's not linear. See, those of us who worship at the Church of Keela know all the things. We know all the things, okay? And I know it sounds cliche and we say them a lot, but there's a reason why they're important. And it's because they're things that need to be remembered. Healing is not linear. Anybody who thinks that you can look at a chart of your healing and it just goes like this, you're kidding yourself, because that's not how it goes. You're going to have good times, you're going to have bad times, and that's okay. It's okay to fall down once in a while as long as you get back up.
Right.
And that's the important thing, is just to continue to get back up. So let's see here.
Why is Keela still? I love you, Keela, but why are you in here? Why aren't you getting healthy?
Well, you know how much she loves
She's
this
making
channel.
sure we're doing it right.
You know how much she loves this channel, and she loves us too. So I know she's pulling for us. So
Okay. We got to break this up.
She's going tie on the forehead time. It's getting too serious, right?
Keep going.
It's silly time.
Okay. All right, Ben.
Okay.
Keep talking, honey.
Mish the philosopher. Ben is the glue that people don't recognize because he's smooth and strong, and we love him more than he knows. Plus, he's into lots of weird stuff, just like me. So, yeah.
Ben and I could not into body language.
I couldn't have said it better than myself, Mish.
I love that.
I love that too.
Because it's taught me a lot. Body language. That when I was being gaslit, and I would watch body language understanding, and I'm like, see, I thought that's what that meant, but I was told you're making this up. Yeah.
Well, it just goes back to that whole gaslighting mentality, that whole narcissist, how they control us mentality. What's the one thing that a narcissist will say to you more than anything else? Oh, you're crazy. You're being silly. That's not it at all. That's the first thing they do. They make you start doubting yourself.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's all I kept hearing was, there's nothing wrong with you.
There's nothing all right. Nicole's got the comment of the night, I think.
Okay, here we go.
If you're not paying my bills or putting food on my table, your opinion of me doesn't matter.
Oh, I like that.
We're not worthy. We're not worthy. Oh, that's beautiful. I love it. Okay. And Ben agrees. Being an empath doesn't make you weak at all. That's true. But sometimes you feel like it. I love surrounding myself with strong, opinionated women.
Okay.
And there's a reason why, because they lift me up and they make me feel good about myself, because I know that they've been to hell and back and they still have zero shits to give. So with that in mind, Mare says, maybe it's my age, but I'm not sure I even give a rat's ass about what people think about me.
There you go. There you go.
And
when we get older, I don't know about everybody else, but when we get older, I mean, I worried about this, I worried about that, I worried about this. I don't worry about that stuff anymore.
No. I got my old man card now. I don't care.
Changed a lot.
And Nicole says, at this point, I could care less when anyone thinks of me because I love myself. Yep. And
there you go, beauty.
That's what it's all about, kiddo.
Right there.
That's what it's all about.
We love you too, honey.
Yep. I had to kiddo her at least one time. That makes her day. Oh, let's see. And Cardinal Soul says, I think you have to be more like Wolverine. Get hurt and heal, get hurt and heal. For all you Marvel fans out there. Oh, boy. Let's see. What else we got here? I think we're just about ready to wrap up. Oh, Mare. So that's because Wolverine is Canadian. I don't remember reading that, but I'll take your word for it.
What comics? What comic strip was that in? What volume?
Oh, I don't know. We'll have to.
Oh, I love you back. Oh, okay. Yes. Oh. Sweet.
All right. Let's see. Tell her she's missed greatly, but we are proud she's doing her thing. Excuse me. All right. I think we're almost at the end here. Keela McDonald, my bestest friend in the whole widest world, is petrified of clowns, yet she suggested we get the drama clowns tattooed over our hearts. still remind her of that. I don't know what drama clowns are. I'm not sure.
It's
And
as
Mayor
long as
agrees.
you got the
Keela, they are pretty
ICP.
creepy. You know, and what's funny about that is I grew up absolutely adoring clowns. My mom used to take us to the Shrine Circus every year, and
Oh, okay.
there was a thing. Sorry, my spare keyboard just tipped over. There was, you could buy the program for the circus, and if you got there early enough, you could get all the way down to like the front row, right next to the entrance where they all come out. And the clowns would come out one by one, and I would have them autograph my book. And by the end, my entire program, cover to cover, every page would be autographed by all the clowns. And I just love that.
Oh, how cool is that?
It's very cool. But I
so
realized
fun.
later in life
That's
that,
a beautiful memory.
yeah, but there are so many people out there that are terrified of clowns. I'm not one of them. I love clowns. Except for maybe Pennywise. Pennywise did a number on me. From the movie It, the Stephen King movie It. Yeah, that's
right.
Scary. The clown in the sewer.
Well, how about the Insane Clown Posse? There you go.
Keyless's clowns aren't even in my realm of possibilities. Ben says clowns, the other white meat. Oh my God, that's so funny. All right. Well, on that note,
see, everybody's laughing at you, Ben.
We're almost going for about an hour and a half. So
okay,
it has been a real pleasure having you, and hopefully we can do it again soon, maybe on your channel.
Oh, that would be wonderful, hon.
Anytime you want, dear, just let me know and I'll be there for you. Thanks,
yeah,
everybody.
I feel very honored. When you came to me, I was like, wow, okay.
Well, I felt very honored that you said yes, because I think very highly of you, dear. So thanks very much for joining us. And thank you all for being here. We appreciate you so much. Keela appreciates you so much. And before, oh God, I wrote it down and I forgot to bring it with me. Keela, you're going to kill me. I'm sorry. I forgot the thing. She has a thing that she says, Mish, bail me out. Keela, somebody bail me out here. I have to say the thing. There's a thing that Keela's.
What you think of yours?
Yeah, go ahead.
Please try to make today just a little bit better than yesterday. Okay?
Yes, I love that. And live your life with a little chuckle, a smile, and a song in your heart.
There it is.
Oh, where is it? Where is it? I don't see it. Did you find it?
She says, hang on.
Keela says, give me 1 minute, please. She's gonna bang it out for me. I'm sorry, boss. I'm so unprepared. I had it written down too. But while she's doing that, I just want to remind everybody that if you like the show, please give it a thumbs up. And subscribe if you haven't, for more content like this. And as YouTube has been pushing lately, if you don't mind, please drop a comment down below after the live is over, and just tell us your thoughts. Tell us what you think. Tell us what you thought about the show. And if you've got ideas for something else that you'd like us to do, a topic you'd like us to cover, drop a comment down below and we'll do all that for you. As our
you can always come see me sometime.
Yeah. And Aria says, and yes, please, I'm sure the mods already have, but please drop a link to Bodyillusion's channel too, because she has a wonderful channel and we love to go and raid her whenever possible. All right, Keela, thank you very much. So we end the show with this. Growth isn't about changing who you are, but becoming the best version of yourself. And with that, I bid you all a fond farewell. Have a great weekend, everybody, and we'll see you soon.